Are you tired of the grounded Batman? Because I am. Uh, Welcome back to another discussion video, guys. And it's something I've been mulling over since last night. And in regards of James Gunn's DC EU moving forward after Superman and the Authority and all that other stuff going on. Because it's gonna be like a hot minute before he does his mainline Batman universe, not the Matt Reeves Batman Elseworld stuff, but the mainline thing that he's working on. And I'm thinking, okay, since Matt Reeves Batman, is going along the lines of a true detective type of scenario, which is fairly grounded, I'm with that. I enjoy the Batman. But after the movie, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think we achieved the quota of realistic Batman, grounded Batman. I think we got done with that after Nolan. Now, at least in my opinion, we need to just fully, especially at say what you will about how superhero movies are today or whatever, whichever way you feeling like, at least they're still embracing the comic bookiness of the superhero genre. Batman is a superhero. He doesn't have superpowers, but let's be freaking honest, he's not your ordinary mortal man. He's extraordinary by leaps and bounds. And I want a Batman fully embraced in this fantastical world of superherodom. And I cite like at least two prime examples that I feel James Gunn should focus on is the Batman from the Arkham franchise. Not that Suicide Squad bullshit, because we know that is just hot garbage on toast. I'm talking about like Batman Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. This is peak Batman through and through, and similarly on the same lines as Batman the Animated Series. Because yes, he fights like ordinary villains with like a gimmick, like Joker or Riddler or Penguin, but other times he's dealing with villains that have power to them, like Clayface, Man-Bat, or even like crazy freaking technology like the Royal Flush Gang or something. I want a mainline Batman to be just fully embrace the fantastical. I'm done with the whole groundedness of it. Okay, we don't need a realistic take on it. No, as a matter of fact, I want to like with Deadpool with the eyes and it's like like just white with no pupils and everything like that. Because kudos to Robert Pattinson's Batman, where he like the black eye makeup, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense, so that way you can fully get the look. But what Deadpool and Spider-Man, the Tom Holland version, did was actually show us a character that has those comic booky eyes that's like all white and expression with expressiveness to them. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that people cannot wrap their minds around with Batman having those same kind of eyes with freaking expression to them and just fully embrace it. I also cite if you read the comic Batman Universe written by Brian Michael Bendis, where he or matter of fact, is very, you know, Batman Brave and the Bold too, where he's just like teaming up with random other superheroes, dealing with other extraordinary bad guys, you know, someone like Deathstroke or Gorilla Grodd or whomever. Just embrace it. I'm just kind of like just done with the whole grounded Batman at this point. Okay, we passed that now. Okay, even back in Nolan's time, people, you know, were still in the midst of, you know, realistic take on superheroes here and there. I think Marvel at the time was still slightly getting away with it because it was around the time a little bit after Avengers 2, getting into Guardians and stuff like that. But even still, like, DC was, you know, trying to do a serious take on superheroes and blah blah blah. But I'm just thinking, like, okay, at this point, I don't think it's much of a stretch to have Batman dealing with somebody like, even I even just barely count Mr. Freeze, because I think that's gonna be the next villain in the Matt Reeves Batman film. I think he's gonna be dealing with Mr. Freeze. But even still, I like, can you imagine, you know, getting somebody? I think we can still get Ron Perlman to play Clayface in a live action Batman film, because all I hear is Matt Hagen, and it's like, you want Matt Hagen, get Ron Perlman. He can just do the voiceover, and you can still, you know, just for a brief bit, him playing like an, you know, out of work actor and stuff, because he's a great actor. It's like, you just embrace the actor part of it. Like, you don't really need to do much research on that stuff, and just embrace that. Then after he, just like you see in the animated show, him just getting held down and dump those chemicals on top of him, and he just changed into this Clayface monster, and then he, you know, Ron Perlman can just do the voice for the most part, and you can just do something crazy, something not that dissimilar to Venom. We're just doing, you know, somewhere between Venom and the T-1000 in terms of morphing ability. You can feasibly do that, and it makes sense in your brain. And it's like, yeah, that's Batman. He's dealing with crazy people, you know, some of which have powers. It's not much of a stretch. Because, yeah, we already did the whole Scarecrow thing or Ra's al Ghul, but these are generally ordinary people. Let me look this up. Batman rogues with powers. Okay, don't even want to count Catwoman or Harley Quinn these days anymore. They full on just, you know, good guys at this point. We got Killer Croc. Okay, we already did Bane, and I think that he's done. Joker's definitely done. We getting kind of tired of that. We can redo Poison Ivy again. She got super abilities, and just bring her back. You know, because I don't think it's Uma Thurman's fault about how Batman and Robin was. I think she was like a decent casting choice because she was a hot commodity at the time, and I don't hate the look of Poison Ivy, but yeah, just a fully powered up Poison Ivy, something similar to how she was in the anime series or the Batman TV series. Just fully embrace, crap, what's her profession? She got like chlorokinesis abilities, but she's like a botanist. That's the scientific word I was looking for. Yeah, like I said, Man-Bat. Shoot, the Great White Shark. The Court of Owls with the Talon people. That would be very interesting. Like, you know, the Court of Owls. the talents are fairly like powered. Um, Copperhead. This is the snake type of assassin. Dr. Phosphorus is kind of like a Johnny Storm type of dude. Shoot, what else? Maxi Zeus, and who's haven't like used Maxi Zeus yet? You know, sure, he's like, you know, in the anime series like an ordinary guy, but you know, in the graphic novel Arkham Knight Serious House on Serious Earth, we get like a little snippet of him, and he looks like he kind of like, you know, absorbs some electricity or something like that, to, you know, him getting a delusion of grandeur, thinking he's actually the Greek god Zeus. Giving him electricity powers kind of enables that delusion a bit. Mr. Bloom, it's kind of fun to see Roxy Rocket, but she doesn't really got powers, but still, that'd be kind of fun. The ventriloquist would be kind of interesting. Just, you know, the ventriloquist is some creepy puppet, but kind of taken to an extreme where it's like almost like Chucky or something. Gentleman Ghost is actually like a ghost, like, you know, specter that people have to fight, and only time they actually can land some blows on this dude is either through mystical means or using F metal that can affect, you know, ghostly apparitions. Dr. Destiny, but he's more like, you know, mess with your mind like Scarecrow. King Shark, Solomon Grundy, that'll be fun. I think we're gonna be a little bit too far away before they decide to do any Batman Who Laughs. Or I think if James Gunn, because I love the first DC Metal, not like the sequels that came after it, because I think they kind of ran it to the freaking ground. But I do love the first DC Metal event where you get all these different evil versions of Batman from this dark multiverse. That is very interesting. You get, you know, the Red Death is my personal favorite, or the Drown, or the Green Lantern version, or the Dark Green Lantern version, or the Batman Who Laughs, or because it has to be like a major event, like, you know, if James Gunn does his like version of his Infinity War Endgame type of ending to his saga, it has to be something like, you know, death metal. It had to make sense, because it's got to be that big where all the other Justice League members are fighting evil versions or caricatures of Batman, each one, you know, like an like, you know, got, you know, Murder Machine, you know, like Red Death, etc. That'd be very cool. Grim Knight, or better yet, you know, bringing in the Crime Syndicate. That's the way to go for like an ending of an arc or something. With bringing in Owlman. Owlman's like pretty dope freaking character. It's just like, you know, just like another evil Batman, but not from a dark multiverse. Dawnbreakers is the name I was thinking of. Or matter of fact, bring in, you know, Batmite. He's not like exactly like a evil rogue, but it's something like that you can play like, oh, he's not really evil, but just mischievous, that Batman has to deal with, and not ending on like a fist fight, but actually, I don't know, embracing the guy, and talking about maybe toxic fandom of the character Batman, because they doing this whole him actually having Damian Wayne as his first Robin, which doesn't make any freaking sense, because there's other Robins way before this kid even came into play. You know, hardly anybody likes, you know, Damian Wayne like that. It's not a bad character, but you know, they really lean into the whole like, you know, brat aspect of the character. But you can have something like Batman, where because obviously Batman would be like long since established, since he has a kid and a sidekick and everything like that. Everybody's embracing him, kind of like in the Arkham Knight, where it's like he got like, you know, it's like Batman Town, where it's got all this memorabilia and everybody's dressing up like him at Halloween. He's fully embraced as like the local hero, the local town hero kind of thing. And Batmite could be like the representation of real world Batman fans taken to its furthest extreme, where everybody's like, Batman can beat everybody because he's cool. He's cooler than Superman because Superman is like too goody, all the other stuff. And you get like Batman to be the representation of all that stuff. That would be very interesting. And Batman with his mystical powers from the fifth dimension, Batman cannot outmatch that. But what he can do is something like Doctor Strange in the first movie, where it's like he beats Dormammu with the time loop because he can't, you know, outpower him. So Batman, you know, he can't outpower Batmite, you know, just befriends him and gives him to understand that I know I'm a hero, but I'm not doing this for praise. I'm doing this because it was the right thing to do. Because I lost, you know, two most important people in my life, and I lost a lot of people on my mission, but I'm not doing it for praise. I'm doing it for them. That would be something like, you know, make it a great story. Shoot, what else? Shoot. I'm just going through the list here. Guys, there was another one. I'm blanking on it already. God, what was it? I'm going through the list. The Court of Owls. God, there was something else I was thinking of and it just escaped me. Well, the 10-eyed man, that was like another creepy character, which I don't know, you know, how is that even resolved in the comics recently. He was interesting looking, but just like with, you know, Dr. Bloom, didn't really go nowhere with me personally. I don't know. Blockbuster, that'd be interesting. He's got a super strength, but is probably no different than Bane. Maybe Humpty Dumpty, that'd be kind of interesting. King Tut, but you know, I think this is an ordinary man. But I guess you can embrace like he has some kind of mystical artifact from Egyptian culture, so he can like resurrect, I don't know, mummies or something. That'll be still kind of cool. They already technically did Polka Dot Man, so I don't really want to count him. There's a lot of lesser known characters that, you know, DC can elevate and stuff using like the same, you know, people over and over again. Like, you know, like the Pink Flamingo or something like that, or Condiment King, you know, or Humpty Dumpty, something fun. Calendar Man, I always, you know, vying for Calendar Man, because like in Arkham City, he was a freaking serial killer that kills on holidays. How can you not make that interesting? And hire people that's not already A-list actors. Get some less known people to cast as these people, instead, you know, this is Hollywood more so than Warner Brothers, but it's like an issue where they keep casting A-list actors to be in these things, and it's like, A, they probably don't want to be in there, or B, they put in there for, you know, for a few minutes, which is a kind of a waste. It's just like, you know, and you put in so much money as it is, and all the extra stuff was just for them to get hired to be put onto this project. Billy Numerous, if you remember from Teen Titans, it just multiplies himself. That's kind of interesting. You get a dude who can multiply, and Batman has to fight a whole entire army of the same dude. That'd be fun. Maybe composite Superman. That'd be kind of fun too. Composite Superman. Uh, yeah, because the main component of this topic is just like embracing the fantastical. Yeah, you got these crazy, you know, characters, most of which are human beings, but with some kind of gimmick to them. But by and large, there are a fair amount of those who, you know, got crazy gimmicks, and most of them have super abilities. And just Batman just freaking embrace it. Hardak, with the OMAC project kind of thing, you know, get some kind of like Skynet kind of thing going on with Batman. That'll be fun. And like Batman has to fight his robot version of himself, just like an animated series. Like Bruce Timm laid a huge blueprint for Warner Bros. To just take it and apply it, or even update it a bit. But it's like, you got like the animated stuff already did most of the work for you. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, pretty much get the gist of it. But yeah, there's plenty, there's a plethora of stuff you can choose from that you can elevate. You know, Dr. Destiny, like, you know, like I said, like, you know, Firefly, you know, Rat King, Sewer King, the Tallyman, you know, Mad Hatter, obviously. So yeah, yeah, like I said, there's like a plethora. Long and short of it is I'm just saying that, you know, you don't always have to go. I mean, you can still lean into the whole detective aspect of it, but also, yeah, you know, Batman, you know, can fit in a lot of molds. But I've seems to me that Warner Brothers likes to just hyper focus on the realistic aspect. Like, oh, because I'm a huge fan of the Riddler. He's one of my favorite villains of all time, and I don't like the gimp suit they had him in Matt Reeves' Batman. You mean to tell me you cannot have a villain in a green suit? And I don't need him to be all dolled up and question marks all over it. It's perfectly fine. The Gotham TV show had that Edward Nygma, you know, with just a couple of question marks here and there on his suit, like either on the hat or on his tie. Perfectly fine. That's suitable because we know who that character is. I mean, I like Jim Carrey's version too, because I think that fully embraced the fantastical that is Batman. Say what you will about Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, they fully embrace the fantastical of a comic book world with this particular DC character, one of the most prominent ones in the world. And I'm just done to death with, and I kind of blame Nolan for this than anybody else, that he leaned so well into whole realistic Batman take where there's no Lazarus pit kind of thing. You know, you got like a title, but you're not like, oh, he comes out stronger. No, just let it be Lazarus pit. What's wrong with a Lazarus pit? Is it too far off the beaten path to, you know, have some particular otherworldly chemical that keeps you young but slowly gets you, every time you use it, you slowly deteriorates your mental state. That's too far, beyond the brain to handle or something like that. No, screw that. Embrace the fact that there's a secret society of Illuminati type of people called the Court of Owls, with resurrected dead assassins called Talons coming after you and trapping you in a freaking maze that you start slowly like hallucinating things, and you have to claw your way out of it. Yes, embrace Mad Hatter, some short dude who's obsessed with a particular girl that he knows that happens to be named Alice, and is obsessed to Lewis Carroll, and he's trying to make up a with hypnosis, using hypnosis, make it that world of Alice in Wonderland and things like that. Perfectly fine. Let it be weird. Embrace the weirdness of the comic book world. It's fine. I'm not saying Batman should be fighting aliens out in space or anything like that, even though they can easily could. But it's just like he teamed up with Zatanna on occasion, dealing with some sorcerer, like Dr. Faust or something like that, on a rare occasion. And that's not too far off of what we probably would expect Batman to deal with, because he's not ready for everything, but he's not the one to back down if there's plenty of times in one of my favorite Batman TV shows is Brave and the Bold, where he teams up with random lesser known characters. I love the show for this. He teams up with lesser known characters and dealing with a particular villain that he's not used to dealing with, but he managed to work with this other person in order to overcome that obstacle. Oh, there's the villain in the first season, that black and white dude. Crap, what's his doggone name? Crap, it starts with an O, I think, or a Q. I think it's a Q. Crap, what is this? Equinox. That was it. Equinox. That's another character that seems to be like his Moriarty to Batman's Sherlock Holmes. It always seems to who's embracing both aspects of order and chaos, and that'd be kind of fun actually. If I was making a Batman movie, I want to bring back Equinox, because he was freaking fun. That was like a villain. Just in fully embraced order and chaos. Well, Batman's all about order. This guy just fully embraced both aspects of order and chaos, and just super obsessed with it. Well, you got fate manipulation, matter manipulation, precognition, teleportation, healing, enhanced strength, unarmed combat, and engineering. This dude was insane. It is wow. It was hold on. Because Equinox was so fun, man. As an agent of both of the Lords of Order and Chaos, he has access to both their magics. He exhibits abilities to control time and space, i.e. turning a batarang into an actual bat, or bringing stone statues to life In other cases, he can manipulate his powers to control the environment around himself subtly, making it appear like random chance rather than his manipulations, like a branch falling off a tree and falling into Batman's way just before he hits Equinox. His costume's freaking dope. It's crazy. Like, it's so many good like Batman villains that, you know, have fantastical abilities, and DC just doesn't use them. They keep reusing the same people. I love Riddler, but he's been done at least 2 times. Both of them I like one more than the other, but they both are done, you know, fairly well. You know, they already did Two-Face quite a bit of times. They did Bane a couple of times. They did Joker way too many times. Hell, even Harley Quinn has been like, you know, on the borderline gonna be overdone pretty soon. They keep like overdoing it. You know, like, you know, Scarecrow has probably been done enough, but like I said, there's like a plethora of villains, and some of which have fantastical abilities that I kind of want DC to start embracing more. I mean, that's the conclusion of this entire think piece I've been wanting to do. It's just like James Gunn should embrace the fantastical that is Batman's world, and you have like quite a few examples. Brave and the Bold TV show, the Batman Universe comic, and Batman the Arkham series games. Even Arkham Knight, some people poo-poo it. I think, okay, that is peak Batman through and through. And matter of fact, include, because I'm getting kind of sick of like, because in recent comments, Batman and Iron Man respectively, they've been like losing all their money, so they're whittled it down to like just being you know, bottom tier millionaires rather than billionaires. I'm kind of sick of that. I'm done with that. I want Batman and Iron Man to be back into their rich asshole, not rich asshole, but just back in, you know, getting their resources, and just have the gadgets, have all this cool stuff. That's what they are known for. Iron Man is known for having all these crazy armors for different situations, whether it's in space, underwater, you know, the Arctic, whatever. Doing all these kind of gizmo and gadgets, because that's part of the fun of the character, at least part of it. It's not the whole entire thing, but that's what we expect from Iron Man, making all these cool armors to adapt to certain situations that he has to deal with and overcome. Batman, similar in a way, where Batman has all these gizmos and gadgets to go along with his capabilities, so he can get out all these crazy traps and all, you know, and overcome certain villains and everything like that. I want him pulling out like, those the ice grenade things that freeze up Clayface so he can, you know, beat him down and stuff. I want him to like have like the glue grenade, or like, you know, the stuff that we've seen from the Arkham games. I want him to fully embrace all the stuff that he can do to make him as awesome as possible, with like the cool, like, you know, bat suits. Matter of fact, the Batman and Brave and the Bold did an impressive job showcasing different suits that Batman used to counteract certain villains that he probably not used to dealing with. Like in the Batman, when he first encountered Mr. Freeze, he didn't know how to deal with a person who can freeze things to sub-zero temperatures. So he made a anti-freeze suit that keeps him warm, and he, you know, has little gun holsters that shoot out, you know, flamethrowers in order to counteract the freeze gun, or like the freeze powers in this case. Yes, or even have like a bat bot kind of thing, like a bat mech. Just like embrace it. It's fun. It's like he has cool stuff that he can utilize because he is Batman. Okay, I want him to be like the full Batman. It's like those are the examples like I'm pulling from, like Batman universe, the Batman, Brave and the Bold, and the Arkham universe are like prime examples of Batman at his best, with all his resources, all his experience and knowledge, and his physical capabilities. He's not, you know, going Batman year 1 or year 2 where he's, you know, with the bare essentials. Like, no, F that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. That's why I like Matt Reeves' Batman, because he, you know, because we've never seen him embrace the detective side of it. But now I want him to be like incorporate all that stuff into one whole Batman. I want Ultimate Batman, so when eventually he's teaming up with the Justice League, he's already on top of his freaking game. Since he has like a kid now, you expect that. I expect that Batman should have all his resources, and there are different type of suits that he can wear for any type of situation, and along with the gadgets, etc. That's like, you know, the conclusion of this thing. I don't know about you guys. Would you want like that kind of Batman, or are you fine with like, you know, the bare minimum, or the like just realistic Batman stuff? Because me personally, like I think that's been played to death at this point, almost to the same detriment as like the Joker kind of situation, where it's like it's been done to death. Like, have we seen enough of it? Doesn't mean it wasn't good. Doesn't mean we didn't have a great time with it, but it is something that, you know, okay, we're past that now. We don't need like, you know, realistic depictions of superheroes. They're superheroes. Embrace the super part. But yeah, that is my you know, idea or topic on the discussion of what James Gunn should do with his version of Batman in the mainline universe moving forward, and, you know, how it should be embraced. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment below and follow me in the links in the description. Leave a like, and that'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys soon for more topics and discussions. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.